Popular Peplink hardware reseller MobileMustHave is bringing out a new multi-carrier data plan called RoamLink that will get you connected to the top 4 carriers in the United States with one single SIM card and one data plan. And to go along with RoamLink, they have a new RoamLink Connect hardware bundle that bundles discounted Peplink hardware with RoamLink service. We've got all the details. Hi there, I'm Chris at the Mobile Internet Resource Center, here to give you an update on a new data plan intended for Peplink routers, and this plan is called RoamLink. Now, this plan is an offering created by MobileMustHave, which is a company that we have often collaborated with and partnered with here at the Mobile Internet Resource Center, and we've kind of had a behind-the-scenes look of how they've put a lot of effort into creating RoamLink for quite a while, and we've been beta testing it. And it is a very interesting offer because it brings multi-carrier data plans to higher-end Peplink hardware. Now, there have been multi-carrier plans that have been offered by providers on bundled low-end routers that let you get access across all the major carriers with just one plan and one piece of service, but those have been limited to kind of lower end devices up until now. But now RoamLink is bringing that sort of capability at a kind of mainstream price point to higher end Peplink routers. So what is RoamLink offering, and what actually is a multi-carrier data plan, and how are they pulling this off? So the way that MobileMustHave is setting themselves apart from typical plan resellers with RoamLink is they've set themselves up as a mobile virtual network operator. This is called MVNO, and that means that they are operating their own kind of back-end cell carrier network, but they don't have their own cell towers. Instead, they have roaming agreements with all the big carriers. In this case, it is AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and UScellular, the big 3 nationwide carriers and the biggest regional carrier. And so when you're connected to RoamLink, you don't see which of the underlying carriers you're connected to. You'll see on your Peplink router on its dashboard that you're connected to RoamLink. But behind the scenes, it is actually picking out one of those 4 carriers and connecting you to it. And well, if it's connecting you to one that you think you get better performance on another, you can actually kind of dive deep into the control panel and override and force it onto another carrier, or contact MobileMustHave support and do the same thing. But by default, you don't have to think about it. It will just find one of those carriers, and if you're someplace where that carrier has very bad coverage, it will switch to one of the other carriers. So you get a lot of flexibility and redundancy without having to juggle having individual plans with all these different carriers. So we've always preached redundancy of carriers here at the Mobile Internet Resource Center, and it is now great to have that sort of flexibility on just a single SIM card. That is really kind of cool. Now, the RoamLink plan offerings, though, are data limited plans for the most part. So the primary RoamLink offerings are 100 gigabytes a month for $99, or 300 gigabytes a month for $159. Now, those are the main RoamLink plans, the ones that roam onto the RoamLink MVNO network. And, well, when you hit those data caps, you will be slowed down and throttled for the remainder of the month to a fairly unusable speed. So keep that in mind. These are capped plans. If you want more data, you can buy multiple plans and stack them or not. But the perk of these plans is these are high priority plans. Behind the scenes, the individual carriers are treating these as high priority, basically business caliber traffic, and they are not seeing and paying any attention to the types of traffic. So none of the carrier throttles that would typically apply, like video throttles that slow down video or anything else, will apply to RoamLink traffic. So it's all kind of high priority going through MobileMustHave servers. So they've set themselves apart from the typical plan resellers that are just offering regular plan options. Now, if you do want more data than 300 gigabytes a month, there are 2 additional RoamLink plan options. There's a 500 gigabyte a month for $179, or an unlimited, which is behind the scenes of just a very, very, very high cap plan for $199 a month. And those plans, though, are not actually running on the RoamLink MVNO network. They are using Fusion SIM technology to basically check out regular reseller plans from MobileMustHave's back-end servers. And to do that then requires a Peplink router that supports Fusion SIM, which is a very small list of high-end dual modem routers like the Transit Duo or the BR2. So if you are interested in those plans, go check our article and check out the RoamLink pages to learn what is compatible. But the 300 gigabyte, we think, is the kind of the mainstream RoamLink plan offering for $159 a month. But if you want more details on the rest, definitely check the article to understand the trade-offs of what comes with them. Now, the one other feature, no matter which RoamLink plan you have, that is really kind of cool is these plans support pausing. So unlike a lot of plans where you could either cancel them or keep paying at full price, the RoamLink plans you can switch to pause mode, and for just $10 a month, you can keep that plan active, the SIM online and ready to flip up at any moment, but just waiting for you in pause. So it's a very great way to have flexibility if you have just seasonal or occasional needs for turning on this type of data. So that's the update on the RoamLink plans, which we think are pretty interesting and potentially going to be a top pick here at the Mobile Internet Resource Center. We're doing a bunch of testing to make sure that they actually work well, and our members are also sharing feedback. So definitely, if you're interested in these plans, come over to the Mobile Internet Resource Center, read more details in the article, and definitely check out the member areas because we've already shared a lot of behind-the-scenes details and tips. Now, the other thing that's new to go along with RoamLink is RoamLink Connect. Now, RoamLink Connect is for people who don't already have Peplink routers and who are interested in RoamLink service and who maybe just don't want to even have to think about the complexity of a higher-end router like a Peplink. So RoamLink Connect is basically being offered as a connectivity appliance. It is Peplink router that is remotely managed by MobileMustHave and pre-configured with RoamLink on it. So you get the RoamLink Connect device, plug in the antennas, plug in the power, and it will connect to the internet with pre-configured RoamLink service on whatever one of those 4 carriers you have. If there's any signal anywhere, it will basically get you online with RoamLink Connect. And because it is a completely remotely managed service, you don't even have access to the dashboard. For better or for worse, for basic users, this could be a plus. You don't have to deal with any sort of complexity of configuration. You just connect to the SSID with a pre-given password and network name that they give you, and you are online with RoamLink Connect. Now, the perk of RoamLink Connect is the initial hardware is being sold at half the price of what the same router would be if you bought it at direct full retail price, because you are not buying it, you are renting the hardware. That is your initial deposit, and then your ongoing RoamLink service fees, it basically continues to pay for that hardware. But if you keep that hardware for 12 months and you keep paying for RoamLink for 12 months, MobileMustHave will unlock it, and that router is now yours. It is no longer a rental, it is yours, and you can do whatever you want with it, including using it on any service other than RoamLink. So you get a lot of flexibility. It's a great way to get some Peplink hardware at half price. Now, they currently offer 3 different routers. We have on the companion article that goes with this, we explain what those 3 are and the trade-offs between them, but they have a kind of a low-end offer, a 5G offer, and then a dual modem offer that is dual 4G modems that when you use this one on RoamLink Connect, it actually gives you 2 simultaneous connections with speed fusion bonding, so you get the redundancy of not just multiple carriers, but you'll be connected to 2 carriers at once, so you will be able to basically survive any sort of glitches or one carrier going down. You don't have to wait for reconnection periods. So that's the flexibility that comes with RoamLink Connect. Now, they'll probably be making changes to the hardware offerings and everything else. So definitely check over to our site. We'll keep updated on what the hardware is and offerings behind RoamLink Connect. But some interesting new offerings, some very cost-effective way to get into the Peplink ecosystem. Maybe get your feet wet connecting that way, and then eventually move on to you can actually request from MobileMustHave access to the full dashboard when you're ready to take things to the next level and dive deep, learn how to use the router to do more advanced features and stuff like that. So we've got you covered with that. A lot of resources on learn how to use Peplink gear over at the Mobile Internet Resource Center when you're ready to take it to the next level like that. So in conclusion, we're kind of excited to see a multi-carrier plan like this come out. It is an expensive plan, but we think compared to the ways that you would build up similar plans with buying data from the different carriers, it's actually still a pretty good value and some pretty good flexibility, and has been working well in our initial tests. Again, if you want to come over to the Mobile Internet Resource Center, we're sharing our hands-on experiences in our member forums and in the articles that go along with this. So come over there and let us know how RoamLink is working for you, or if you're interested, and also reply on this YouTube thread. Are you interested in multi-carrier plans that get you away from having to pick which carrier and just give you all the carriers on a single SIM? That's the kind of the goal of RoamLink, bringing that to Peplink hardware for the in a more flexible way than ever before. So check it out. That's RoamLink.
These videos are brought to you by our premium members, our mobile internet aficionados. They make it possible for us to track this news and create these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, or better yet, consider becoming a member yourself.